Let's look at animating with keyframes in Premiere Pro. So I have this project here where it's a simple interview. And at this point in the interview, my subject is talking about a store. Now I don't have any footage of the store, I only have a picture, like so. I want to make this picture a little bit more livelier, a little bit more, I want to give it some motion. In fact, what I want to do is I want to mimic camera movements. So what I can do with keyframes is I can make it look like the camera is zooming in or zooming out, or like the camera is panning across or tilting up and down. So here's how you do keyframe animation in Premiere. So I put my still image on my second video track. So I still have my audio of me talking underneath. And what I want to do is I want to select it and then go up here to my effect controls. And here under my effect control, I'm going to have motion, opacity, and time remapping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my motion controls. And here I can change the position over time, I can change the scale over time, I can change the rotation. In this case, I'm going to manipulate the scale and the rotation. I'm going to do a simple zoom out with a slight rotation, just to give it a little bit of movement. So I go to the very beginning of my video. I have my effect control. I'm going to affect the scale and the rotation. So I click on this button here to turn on the animation and do it also for the rotation. You'll notice it's added 2 keyframes at the beginning of my video. So a keyframe is where you're telling the program at this point in time, do something. So what I want to do is I want the image to start off slightly tilted, and then as it gets to the end, it's going to be nice and straight. I'm also going to keep it at this size. So this is 100%. This is a very large image. And what I now do is I move my playhead to the end of my image. And I add a keyframe by clicking here, and add a keyframe here for the rotation. And at this point, I make changes to these numbers here. So the rotation, I'm going to reduce to 0 again. With my scale, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And that will give the effect of zooming out. So I show more of the store. So the effect is when I play it, it's going to look like I'm sort of zooming out and just moving the camera a bit. And it gives it a little bit more liveliness. So very simple animation using keyframes for the scale and the rotation.